do I think KD will come back on Wednesday? We're talking Oakland A. Say, why is your avatar Kansas City Royals, Kyle? And you're asking a great A's question. This is going to be huge. Khris Davis has been literally crushing home runs in, five or six straight nights. What was it? Just tearing the cover off the baseball. And what timing? Because September 1st, MLB rosters, you can bring up 2 more players to the big league club for September. Now, what's crazy is MLB used to have this so wrong in the opposite direction. They used to let you bring up anybody on your 40-man roster. And some people will say, why shouldn't you still do that? The only exception I have against that is that in a 40-man roster situation, that means your bullpen can have like 18 guys out there. And now at least there's a 3-batter minimum, so, you can't, do batter per batter, pitcher to pitcher matchup, which honestly they were doing a couple years ago. I'm not even exaggerating, and games were taking forever, and it was less of a showcase if it was more of like, well, we have this, we're just going to do it. But I also think all 40 might be too much, or maybe without a roster or a limit on the bullpen, but just bringing up 2 players might be too little. I think a lot of contending teams have a handful, like 4 or 5 guys that could help them down the stretch. Now, let's get back to Khris Davis. All of this is interesting with the A's because they probably do want to bolster their bullpen just a little bit down the stretch. But the way KD is playing, how could you look past that right now? And I mean, I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy who made a YouTube video probably about a week ago. And I said, you know what? I love KD. I'm happy that he's off to a great start. Back then, it was only like 3 homers in 5 or 6 games. Now it's a lot more. And I still am happy for him. But back then, I said, be patient. Let it see how things play out. The A's are at a critical juncture. You need to see a little bit more. Well, we've seen more. Coincidentally, the A's have also won their last 2 games. They split a series with the Yankees. They actually could and should have taken 3 of 4, to be perfectly honest. And they've been so streaky. What did they win 12 of 15? And then they lost 10 of 12? And now they've won 2 in a row? Hard to really predict where the A's are going and, honestly, what they need. So, do I think KD will come back on Wednesday? I'm not sure. I would not be surprised if he did. Dave Stewart fully believes, and here's a man who has done the dance as a player. He's been a GM in the front office. He currently represents people as an agent. He's watched and been a part of a lot more baseball than I could ever even fathom. He's pretty sure. And he said, actually, it's not a matter of if, but when KD comes back. So maybe he doesn't expect it to happen September 1st, but just know that when rosters expand, and I know that's the point of the question here, Kyle, will KD be one of the 2 that gets added? I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at some point. And I don't necessarily see the risk. Some people say, well, yeah, 8 homers in 13 games, but it's at AAA. Okay, so here's my counter to that. That's fine. I know who he's hitting off of, and I know the ballparks are launching pads in that AAA West, the old PCL league. But what if I told you KD could have just half of that production at the major league level? 4 homers in 13 games. I'm pretty sure that you would take that. So long as all the other things are there. And look, we know that teammates are going to be pulling for him. Matt Chapman was the one who recruited him back into baseball and playing again. So I'm impressed by this whole story. I'm hoping for the best. I'm interested. I don't know how it's going to play out. But damn, I'll be following this one closely because it's fun. It really is.